Hey everyone, let's have a little chat, just us. You know how we always say age is just a number? Well, sometimes those numbers come with a few surprises. And no, I'm not talking about that extra birthday candle. I'm talking about those little life experiences we don't always discuss openly, the kind that make you wonder if you're the only one. Well, today, we're tossing those secrets out the window. We're getting real, getting comfy, and getting to the bottom of a topic that affects so many of us. Ruptured hemorrhoids. Now, before you squirm in your seat, let's address the elephant in the room. We all know that feeling of discomfort, that slight shift in your chair when things just don't feel right. It's something many of us have experienced, yet so few of us talk about openly. But let me tell you, this is a judgment-free zone. Here, we embrace openness and understanding. We know that life throws curveballs, and sometimes those curveballs come in the form of health issues that are, well, a bit embarrassing to discuss. We've all been there. That awkward shuffle in the pharmacy aisle, trying to discreetly grab a tube of Preparation H or some other remedy. You glance around, hoping no one notices, but deep down, you know you're not alone. Many have walked this path before you, but you know what? It's time to stop whispering about this. It's time to bring these conversations out of the shadows and into the light. When we talk openly, we break down the stigma and make it easier for everyone to seek the help they need. Ruptured hemorrhoids are more common than you think, especially as we age. It's a condition that affects many, yet so few feel comfortable discussing it. But knowledge is power, and understanding that you're not alone can be incredibly liberating. And the more we talk about it, the less power it has. When we share our experiences, we not only help ourselves, but also others who might be struggling in silence. It's about creating a community of support and understanding. Think of this as a safe space, a place to learn, laugh a little, and maybe even breathe a sigh of relief knowing you're not alone on this bumpy journey. Here, we can share tips, offer support, and find comfort in knowing that we're all in this together. So grab a cup of tea, settle in, and let's get this conversation started. Let's break the silence, share our stories, and support each other through this. Because when we come together, we can face anything with courage and a smile. Okay, so let's break this down, shall we? Hemorrhoids. Just the word sounds like something you'd find in a dusty old dictionary. But trust me, they're much more common than you think. Simply put, hemorrhoids are like varicose veins. But instead of popping up on your legs, they decide to set up shop in a slightly more, shall we say, delicate area. They're these little blood vessels that get swollen and irritated. And when I say little, I mean they can range from the size of a pea to, well, let's just say a bit bigger. And when they rupture, oh boy, that's when the fun really begins. Don't worry, I'm not going to subject you to any real-life visuals, but imagine this little guy is a hemorrhoid. See how it's kind of squishy and, dare I say, cute? Well, now imagine it getting all swollen and inflamed. Not so cute anymore, right? And when it ruptures, let's just say it's not a pretty sight. But seriously, folks, it's important to remember that hemorrhoids are nothing to be ashamed of. They're just a part of life, like wrinkles and gray hair, only a bit less glamorous. Now you might be wondering, why me? Why am I experiencing these changes now? Why now? Well, as we age, our bodies go through a lot of changes. It's a natural part of life and everyone goes through it. And unfortunately, our rear ends aren't immune to the passage of time. Those tissues down there, they can weaken with age, making us more susceptible to, you guessed it, hemorrhoids. Hemorrhoids are just one of the many things that can happen as our bodies change. The tissues and muscles that support our veins can lose their strength and elasticity over time. Think of it like this. Remember that comfy old couch you used to have? The one that was your favorite spot to relax after a long day? The one you could just sink into? It was so comfortable and familiar, like an old friend. Well, over time, the springs start to sag, the cushions lose their fluff, and it doesn't provide the same support it once did. It might still be comfortable, but it's not the same as it was when it was new. And sitting on it for long periods might even start to cause discomfort. Our bodies are kind of the same way. We're still comfy and familiar, but things aren't always as firm as they used to be. And that's okay. It's just a part of getting older. But that doesn't mean we can't still enjoy life and find comfort in other ways. We just have to be a little more mindful of our bodies and take care of them as best as we can. Regular exercise, a healthy diet, and staying hydrated can all help keep our bodies in good shape. And if you do experience discomfort, there are treatments available that can help. Don't be afraid to talk to your doctor about any concerns you have. They can provide you with the information and support you need to manage any issues that come up. Remember, you're not alone in this. Everyone goes through changes as they age, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. Embrace the journey and take care of yourself along the way. Surround yourself with loved ones, stay active, and keep a positive outlook. Aging is a natural part of life, and with the right mindset, it can be a beautiful and fulfilling experience. So take a deep breath, relax, and remember that it's not just you. We're all in this together, and there's plenty of support and resources available to help you navigate this stage of life. So, we know age plays a role, but let's talk about some of the other culprits behind those pesky hemorrhoids. Think of it as a game of Clue, but instead of Colonel Mustard in the library, it's bad habits in the bathroom. One of the biggest offenders? Straining during bowel movements. We've all been there, right? Those moments when you're sitting on the throne feeling like you're giving birth to a watermelon? Yeah, not our finest moments. But all that pushing and straining puts a lot of pressure on those delicate veins down there, and that's when trouble can start brewing. Speaking of straining, let me tell you about my friend, Straining Steve. Now, Steve's a great guy, but he's got this love-hate relationship with fiber.
He'd rather eat a plate of greasy fries than a salad any day. And let me tell you, his digestive system lets him know about it.
Poor Steve, he spends more time in the bathroom than a teenager on Instagram. But seriously, folks, fiber is your friend. It helps keep things moving smoothly, if you know what I mean. But it's not just about what happens in the bathroom. There's a whole lifestyle aspect to consider. Our lifestyle choices can also play a significant role in hemorrhoid development. It's not just about diet, but how we live our daily lives. Sitting for long periods, like those marathon TV watching sessions we all love, can restrict blood flow and contribute to the problem. Imagine spending hours on the couch, binge watching your favorite series. It might be relaxing, but it's not doing your body any favors. And let's not forget about dehydration. When we don't drink enough water, our bodies hold on to every last drop, which can lead to, you guessed it, constipation and those dreaded hemorrhoids. Dehydration is more common than you think, especially in hot weather or when we're not paying attention to our fluid intake. When we skimp on water, our digestive system suffers. This can cause discomfort and make bowel movements more difficult, leading to straining and eventually hemorrhoids. It's a vicious cycle that can be easily avoided with proper hydration. So drink up, my friends. Water is essential for keeping our bodies functioning smoothly. It's not just about quenching your thirst, it's about maintaining overall health. Water is like a magic elixir for your insides. It helps with digestion, keeps your skin looking fresh, and ensures that your body can flush out toxins effectively. It keeps things flowing, helps flush out toxins, and might even give you a youthful glow. Regular hydration can improve your energy levels, support weight management, and even enhance your mood. Okay, maybe not that last part, but you get the idea. Staying hydrated is crucial for your overall well-being, so next time you reach for a drink, make it water. Your body will thank you. All right, class, are you ready for a pop quiz? Don't worry, no need for note passing or frantic Googling under the table. Today's subject, hemorrhoid symptoms 101. First up, discomfort. And by discomfort, I mean anything from a mild itch to feeling like you're sitting on a pile of burning coals. Yeah, not fun. Next, we have swelling. Think of it this way. Remember those water balloons we used to throw as kids? Now imagine one of those hanging out where the sun don't shine. Not exactly comfortable, right? Now, I know this might feel a little awkward, but sometimes you need to do a little detective work. Don't worry, we won't be bringing out the fingerprint kit. Just a little peek in the mirror after a bowel movement can tell you a lot. Are you seeing any bright red blood? That's a telltale sign of a ruptured hemorrhoid. Don't panic, it's more common than you think. But if you're seeing more blood than a horror movie, it's time to call in the professionals. Remember, my friends, knowledge is power, and knowing what to look for can make all the difference. Okay, everyone, time for a little real talk. While most hemorrhoids can be managed with self-care and a healthy dose of humor, there are times when you need to call in the professionals.
If you're experiencing severe pain, constant bleeding, or if your symptoms just aren't improving, don't wait. Pick up the phone and make an appointment with your doctor.
And please, don't be embarrassed. Doctors have seen it all, and I promise you, they've seen worse than a little bump in the road. They're there to help you feel better, not judge you. All right, everyone, let's trade in our detective hats for some chef's aprons. That's right, we're heading into the kitchen to talk about everyone's favorite topic, food. Now, I know what you're thinking. Food? But we were just talking about hemorrhoids. And to that, I say exactly. You see, my friends, food can be our greatest ally in the fight against those pesky bumps. Forget about restrictive diets and bland meals. We're talking about embracing a world of deliciousness that's good for your taste buds and your, well, you know. Let's talk fiber, shall we? Now, I'm not talking about those scratchy sweaters your grandma used to knit. I'm talking about the magical nutrient that keeps things moving and grooving through your digestive system. Fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, these are your new best friends. Think of them as tiny superheroes, swooping in to soften things up and prevent those dreaded traffic jams in your digestive highway. And don't worry about getting bored with your meals. There are endless ways to incorporate fiber into your diet. From hearty lentil soups to colorful fruit salads, the possibilities are endless.
Now, let's talk about another essential ingredient in our recipe for a happy behind: water. You know how important it is to stay hydrated, but did you know that water is like a magic elixir for your digestive system? It helps soften things up, keeps everything flowing smoothly, and prevents those uncomfortable blockages that can lead to, you guessed it, hemorrhoids. So, drink up, my friends. Aim for 8 glasses a day or more if you're feeling extra thirsty. And don't be afraid to get creative with your hydration. Add some slices of cucumber, lemon, or fresh mint for a refreshing twist.
Now let's talk about those moments when things get a little, well, uncomfortable. Don't worry, you don't have to suffer in silence. There are plenty of over-the-counter remedies that can provide soothing relief. Witch hazel pads, for example, are like a cool compress for your behind. They can help reduce swelling and soothe irritation. And then we have our trusty medicated creams and ointments. These can help numb the pain, reduce inflammation, and promote healing. Just remember to always follow the instructions on the label and consult with your doctor or pharmacist if you have any concerns or if your symptoms persist. Well, my friends, we've covered a lot of ground today. We've laughed, we've learned, and we've hopefully broken down some of the stigma surrounding a very common and often very uncomfortable part of life. So what have we learned? First and foremost, ruptured hemorrhoids are nothing to be ashamed of. They happen to the best of us, especially as we get a little older. We've also learned that there are things we can do to prevent and manage those pesky bumps. A fiber-rich diet, plenty of hydration, and a little TLC go a long way. But most importantly, we've learned that we're not alone in this. So many of us are dealing with these issues, and talking about them openly can make a world of difference. That's why I want to hear from you. Have you had any funny, embarrassing, or even just plain relatable experiences with hemorrhoids? Share your stories in the comments below. Let's create a community of support where we can laugh, learn, and offer each other encouragement. Because let's face it, life's too short to suffer in silence.
Let's create a community of support where we can laugh, learn, and offer each other encouragement. Because let's face it, life's too short to suffer in silence.